Hi Virgo, welcome to your bonus reading for June. This is what I call current energy. You know, normally we're just looking at, well, how far the tarot wants to go, but we're going to try to concentrate just more on current energy. This is going to be for Virgo Sun, fellow Virgo Suns, I should say. Virgo Moon, which my boyfriend is a Virgo Sun and a Virgo Moon, and I'm a Virgo. And Virgo Rising, and those intuitively guided. Welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot, and then we're going to use the Tarot of Night. I don't know if I've ever used these two together, and I'm thinking, well, these are light, these are dark, and then we're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. So our ruling planet just went direct. Thank you, Lord. I have had sound issues. My fingers are crossed. The sound is fine. My last couple videos were weird sounding. But it's like I can't redo them because the messages are there. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I put them, you know. I mean, they weren't that bad. But fingers crossed that all is good now. Moving into Sagittarius full moon, fire, right? Action should be uplifting type of moon for us. We just had the Gemini new moon. Moving into Cancer. Alright. By the way, all my decks are pre-shuffled. So we are going to read off the top, and then with the Gilded Tarot, we're going to shuffle. So, let's begin. Alright, we have the 5 of Pentacles. You know, it's interesting, your last reading, I remember it, and it was talking about you really not being afraid anymore of certain energy. And I think it's because, you know, you're really understanding energy. Anyways, 5 of Pentacles. First of all, it's a 5. That means that there was some type of change. In the 5 of Pentacles, it's normally not something that I thought that I wanted, you know, and I feel like that's a temporary thing. Like it's like your hand, you know, you're forced onto the cold type of energy, but I have to keep moving. What I love about this card is if you look at it, you know, I feel like there's 2 ways I can look at this. Almost like I can do nothing, like she's here, right? Her head is down. I'm sure she's concentrating on whatever just happened. But nonetheless, if you look outside of her, there is the next door. There is the next chapter. And there is the key right there in the floor. It's like, here is your sign, right? The next chapter that wants to open. So even though this may have been something difficult, I feel like it's moving you, I'm just going to say, I feel like in a better direction. We have the Queen of Swords. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini shares Mercury with you. I like this Queen. You know, now we know the sign, but let's kind of forget the sign. Because this Queen is someone who's seeking truth. Her voice, you know, I feel like the Queen of Swords can become like a master communicator in any way she chooses, she or he. Her sword is down, so she's not being defensive. It's almost like she's just looking out, you know, looking out at the future, at what could be. What should I do? No, you know, I don't even feel that. It's just, I feel like she's very open to her next chapter. Wow, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is a Virgo card, by the way. This is a card of independence, right? I want to gain my independence through this energy. I want my independence, uniquely my independence, to be strong. This is the energy of what you focus on. If you focus on it, you know, you'll have success. You'll have success. Some of you may have lost a job, and you know, whatever we lost here, of course we're going to take a moment and mourn it, so to speak. But then this queen, this can talk about the Gemini new moon also, may have like been putting certain epiphanies upon you. And it can be about, you know, something you want to build. Maybe it does have to do with communication. Maybe it's in like the truth finder type of energy. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is really nice because it's next to the Nine of Pentacles, and it gives us a clue. Some of you may, first of all, here's the Five of Pentacles, right? Here's where I really thought, you know, this is it. Damn, this is it, right? But what mirrors it is the Six of Pentacles, so it is moving you forward. Even though this temporary energy of like, really, what do I do? What do I do? But don't forget that key is right there. It's not hidden. Her head is down. That's why she doesn't see it. Nonetheless, you know, you can speak as I go through this, allowing myself to receive these epiphanies, these ideas, and not just that, but to go after them, because, you know, the queen, I feel like she's more thinking it over, putting a plan in place. This may be something like a self-employment, and you're already doing it, and maybe you're adding new avenues. You know, maybe part was taken away, but something new feels like it wants to open up. Six of Pentacles is beautiful, charitable, compassionate type energy. It's really what you're learning from the Five to the Six is a sense of empathy and compassion. Why? Because I've walked your footsteps. I understand, right? If I've been there, then I can really understand. Some of you, you know, it just feels like a beautiful energy within what you do creatively, of like you giving and then you're receiving. Maybe in the beginning it doesn't, like, I'm not receiving a ton of pentacles, but the energy I receive back feels good, feels right, that type of thing. I feel like the pentacles will follow because you do have the energy of success. Okay. Well, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Swords. That's why I was feeling epiphanies. Ace of Swords, this could talk about you're walking down a path of your, you know, what feels very authentic to you. Again, the connection above, right? As above, so below. I feel like that's why I wanted to use the Light Seers and then the Tarot of Night. As above, so below. It's almost like we're getting both perspectives. Okay, speaking of, let's go ahead and bring them in. I'll give them a shuffle or two. Already pre-shuffled. Let's give them a cut. You know, I love this deck. I just don't use it very often because it doesn't come across the screen that well. But other than that, I really love it. Alright, and I think this is the first time I've used these two together. So, let's begin. We have, interesting, the Five of Wands. So we have the Five of Wands below the Five of Pentacles. Two fives, by the way. Five of Wands can speak about a time where there was just a lot of ego-based type energy, you know, where there was a lot of, there was not give and take. Let's put it that way. There was not give and take. You know, in the Five of Wands, I feel like, you know, it's like so important to be the victor, but we can never get there, right? It's just like that. So anyways, I do feel like because of that, especially with these two fives, it must have ended. And listen, even hard things, because it's what I'm used to, is still hard to end. But you have two fives. Wow. We have the Six of Cups. So this Queen is also thinking not just about her pentacles, but she's also thinking about her cups. Six of Cups, listen, she may even be thinking about movement. Movement back to a place, back to a time, back to a person. This is something where when I think about it, it brings joy to my heart. These are treasured memories. This can speak about someone I knew, someone that I used to know. And who knows, like maybe she's being intuitively, like, you know, like why am I thinking about this person? Right? Why am I thinking about this person? You know, I don't know why, but I feel like back in the day for someone, your person could have been like the bad boy or the bad girl. I feel like it was a facade. It was like what I had to do, like who I had to be, right? Maybe it's the neighborhood I lived in, right? But, and I'm doing quotations because I feel like it's not their authentic self. It's just like, it's almost like, and I feel like there's someone that, that is one of their life lessons. Maybe it's to be them no matter what the situation. But nonetheless, I'm not putting judgment on this person because I feel like I had to do what I had to do. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Queen of Wands. Two queens now. This is perfect energy with the Sagittarius new full moon. That is the 14th. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. This is our intuitive queen. This is a queen who moves according to her passion, right? She's gotten herself to that place where she trusts her intuition, and that's what she follows. If I'm passionate about it, that's the way I'm going. Interesting, I kind of like these two queens together because they balance each other pretty nicely, because I feel like, you know, the Queen of Wands, like, I follow my passion. The Queen of Swords is like, but wait, let's, you know, let's just look at it for a second. This Nine of Pentacles has both those energies. And then, I don't like this card. I mean, the Death card, I like that card. I just don't like the image. Death card is a card of Scorpio, by the way. And by the way, it's mirroring this Five of Wands, which would make perfect sense because it doesn't fit around the other energy. And I have to say, I also feel like, how do I know that this is me? Well, I feel like, you know, if this is you, or, you know, this part of was you, and I was involved in something that really, you know, I feel like the energy put me in maybe not the best light, right? It's like I knew I could be better, do better. But nonetheless, maybe You know, maybe I stayed. Maybe I continued. Just gonna talk about a job, a person. It's almost like needing to find out that you deserve better, right? But listen, don't regret what you've been through, because even being through it, again, I feel like somewhere, somehow, it's like you're going to understand, someone else is going to look up to you, because you, like when you speak from experience. It's all the difference in the world, I think. I think that's why I read tarot, because trust me, I've had a lot of experiences. Anyways, Death card talks about an ending, right? You have 2 5s here, you know, can represent the month of May. And then the ending. The ending says don't resist. Don't resist that, because what follows is truly beautiful. Okay. Look at this, another 5. 5 of Swords. Well, my darlings, this is the toxicity that surrounded you. Look at these 5s. 5, 5, 5, by the way. You know, I don't know what the angel meaning of 555 is, but I have a feeling your angels are saying, you know, where the changes needed to happen, or a certain changes happened. You'll understand. Like, the day will come and you'll be like, ah, I get it. 5 of Swords, I feel like, you know, in these 5s, I can face it or I cannot. But I feel like you do. I feel like you have. You know, whatever that energy was, it wasn't serving you. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a second. I am going to shut my window. Okay. I'm already worried about the sound. I don't need like a lawnmower to add to it. So anyways, you know, the Death card is definitely has purpose here, right? With all these 5s, and it's you know, sometimes allowing things to end. You know, you have all these 5s, but then you have, and all the 5s that came out are difficult 5s, but the 6s that came out are quite beautiful. So right away, it's showing you, as I move through the energy of the 5, the change, I move into the 6, and that energy just feels good. You know, but I guess you don't know it until you're there. But you've been there before. That's it. Like, think about other things that, you know, for whatever reason were taken out of your life, or breakups, and, you know, something you thought you just couldn't get over, but then you did. Okay, anyways. Look at this. We have the Hermit. Card of Virgo. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have brought this lid down a long time ago. Card of Virgo. Coming over the 5 of Pentacles. Well, there you go. You know, that is like walking through the dark night of the soul. But that's finding the light, right? I feel like the Hermit is the master teacher. The Hermit ultimately shines the light for others. And no doubt it has come through your struggles, this wisdom. And that's what it is. It's wisdom. You know, sometimes it's like, woe's me, or my life sucks, but there's something in it. Something's trying to tell you something. Because if you want better, you know, go for it. In these 5s, you know, I can either look at them or I cannot. But I feel like you do. So let's move past that. Because now we're in the Hermit energy. So I feel like, you know, and the Hermit energy, what is the Hermit doing? He's shining his beacon of light. And, wow, over this Queen. Interesting. And it does feel like it's like this queen receiving these epiphanies, and this queen then looking at this Nine of Pentacles, right, about building this independence. Some may be like at the 6, like almost there, more than halfway, right? But let's not forget the Nine of Pentacles is ultimately the energy of success. Queen of Wands is the energy below that, right? The fire that feeds this Nine of Pentacles. Okay. You know, this Hermit is illuminating this snake, and I feel like, you know, that means a couple different things. First of all, like, you know, these snakes appear in your life. Well, you now have this light of wisdom, that if they do, you will see them, right? But I kind of feel like they don't, because I feel like it moves you into a much more wise place, right? Like, fool me once, shame on me. Or shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But I don't know, this queen kind of feels like I'm receiving these epiphanies, and from that, I'm building some type of business. And it's a very, it comes from a very beautiful part of you. Doesn't matter what kind of business it is, it just feels like, I don't know, some of you are helping illuminate snakes to others. Alright, well, look at this. This queen is now surrounded by, not surrounded, but above and below. Above and below, as above, so below. 6 of Cups. Hermit's illuminating it. The Hermit is illuminating this 6 of Cups. And then we have the 3 of Swords, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it comes out here, because I'm not feeling it as pain. Like, I'm not feeling it as, like, I'm feeling these swords. Maybe at one time I did. And listen, it can talk about, like, some of you, I don't know, like, it's like the pain in your life, because you know, I feel like because you had the guts to really figure it out and then move accordingly, and learn, right? It's all about the wisdom that you gain. That's what we're here for, you know, and then shining the light to help others. I feel like you're helping others to overcome. Let's keep going. We have the 2 of Wands. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. Here is the opening. 2 of Wands, you know, you can look at that as, here I you know, as I'm walking along, boom, here, you know, here's this new path that is revealed to me. The Wands, it tells you, first of all, again, Sagittarius, full moon, right? It talks about a path, you know, like you're walking, this next journey is about something that would have to stir your passion in some way, because that's what it feels like. It's not a path of almost like, you know, stopping and thinking it over. It's not, you know, us Virgos who can overthink it. But in the same breath, the opposite of that is the wisdom. You know, I feel like Virgo can dig deep, right? What's the King of Pentacles, the big picture? What's the Queen of Pentacles? It sees the details in between. I feel like that's why there's a lot of tarot readers, because digging, right? To me, this is like detective work, and that's why I find it so interesting. Like I'm, you know, revealing this story as we go along. So there's 2 of Wands. Anyways, nice. I feel like very nice. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. You know, and that may be why I said don't regret the past. Learn from the past. Don't judge yourself either. Don't judge yourself. You know, there may be, the 7 of Pentacles tells me that there may be 7 different things that your soul wants to accomplish while it's here on earth in this lifetime. There may be 7 different things, and some things maybe were meant to come to an end. With all these 5s, some things just feel like naturally are meant to come to an end. Why? Because it feels like the next seed of intention is coming. So I don't want to regret that past seed, because from that past seed, all this wisdom is gained. I mean, truly, all this wisdom is now part of you. And then we start down this new path. I feel like, especially with this Ace of Wands, it's like intuitively being guided. It's like connecting to above and helping us below. 7 of Pentacles is, it is the energy of patience, right? Not plucking the apple until the apple is ripe. It wouldn't serve you. It wouldn't suit you. All these 5s, it can talk about things that I got in, I don't know. It just kind of feels like all of it's meant to be, even what's coming, like you as the Hermit. No matter what your sign, like it's the wisdom that is gained, right? That light. Okay. It's funny. I was not going to make these long at all. But we'll let it be what it wants to be. Look at that. The 3 of Swords, which is right here, is now replaced with the 3 of Wands. That's a card of optimism. Interesting how we open up the reading with not the easiest of energy, right? Something forcing my hand, a lot of ego type energy, whether I was involved. And I do feel like, unfortunately, when I'm surrounded by that energy, it can easily pull my energy into it. But I feel like also like seeing the truth of the matter. 3 of Wands, the past is the past. I feel like let's just leave that in the past. Some of you may be reconnecting with someone. We have, look at that, the 8 of Wands, which is now fast-moving energy. So the 7 of Pentacles talks about patience. That's one of its lessons. Patience. The 3 of Wands, even the 3 of Wands, right? I know my ships are out there. They just haven't come in yet. And just because they haven't come in doesn't mean they're not. They're out there. Right? They're out there. 8 of Wands, when I think about it, bring about. It's what I put out, comes back to me. So at one time, there was the pain, right? And all of that. But it's being replaced. And I feel like, do you allow it? And I feel like the answer is already yes. Like, I already know that you will. I already know that you are. We have, look at this, the 9 of Pentacles again. We have the Tower. And then look at that. So what does the Death card ask you? It asks for a death so that there can be a rebirth. Well, here you go. The Tower, that's the death, right? And the Tower is very destructive type energy. And, it can feel destructive, but I feel like it's talking about, like, almost like living in this tower has been destructive. Almost like eternally this tower has been destructive. And then what follows it? So the ending, no matter what and how, the Magician. the manifester, the beginning. The magician knows and is the teacher to the fool. And I feel like many of you are the teacher to the fool. And, that's, you know, when I say the fool, I feel like, you know, those who are maybe new to us. How do I mean that? Maybe new to spirituality. Maybe feels like they're the only one. And, you know, that type of energy. So anyways, the magician teaches the fool that, you know, through these different journeys or even lifetimes, different tools have been gained. And once you gain a tool like the hermit, I feel like once you gain the wisdom of the hermit, you don't lose it. It's there, right? And it can only grow. So these are gifts that will eternally be with you. You know, how cool is that? But sometimes there's a tower. And by the way, a tower right under the line of all the fives. And the magician. I don't know, guys. I feel like some of you, there's movement. Some of you, there's movement. And it may be back to someone, back to a place. It feels like maybe it's just back to you. You know, like where you're feeling very emotionally fulfilled. However, you know, I can't ignore these 2 sixes and the magician. The 2 6 of cups and the magician. By the way, it all comes after these changes, these fives, this difficult time. But nonetheless, much wisdom to be gained. But there's new epiphanies coming in. Right? The 2 of Wands now wants to open up. Why? Because you're ready. Because you're ready. And then the 3 of Wands. And then the 8 of Wands. And then back to the 9 of Pentacles. Success. You know, you may have had success. You may have lost success. But this is about gaining it again. But maybe gaining it stronger than you had it before. Alright, let's just take 2. Holy crap. We're not taking all these. But we are going to take this king who came out. You know, he's in reverse. It's funny because he's in reverse. But I feel like he's in reverse because, now some of you, it can be a King of Pentacles maybe that you were tied to that wasn't serving you. But I feel like this is more about, you know, the King of Pentacles may not be like right there. But still, like, I feel like must live somewhere within your heart with the 6 of Cups here twice. I want to see why he's in reverse. Because I feel like it's like this person being on, you know, King of Pentacles in reverse could talk about not knowing the big picture, not seeing the big picture. Look at that. We have the Ace of Cups. It also came in reverse, though. I don't feel like it could die. And what I mean by that is because remember, like in the 6 of Cups, there's energy that brings some type of joy to my heart when I think about it, and I feel like I don't even know why I'm thinking about it, but I am, or them, but I am. And then this Ace of Cups, you know, it's really unconditional love. So upright or not, you know, you could say the love at one time drained out. But it really can't. You know, it's like eternity. It's unconditional, right? It's unconditional. And, you know, sometimes that means we can get over anything. However, I don't know. You know, this person could have, like, also hurt you or you hurt them back in the day. If we're talking about back in the day, and I don't want to let it go on that. Let's not forget the Magician is right beside this King. You know, maybe... Look at that. We have the Queen of Wands again. I almost feel like the Queen of Wands is manifesting this. I almost feel like she doesn't know why. I just feel it. Like I start feeling the energy of someone and I feel like you follow. Maybe at one time you did speak the words love with someone. And again, the Ace of Cups to me is unconditional. I can talk about lifetime after lifetime also. So I could talk about like soulmate energy. Don't forget, we're doing Virgo, which is Pentacles, and here's the King of Pentacles. It can be like, you know, like-minded energy. The Magician is connected to the Eight of Wands. Again, when I think about it, it's the energy I'm putting out, but also when I'm thinking about it, I bring about it. And again, do I even know why I'm thinking about it? But then there's the Two of Wands. Boom, it opens up. The path shows itself. You know, I feel like you are very different because you were around so much heavy toxicity, ego-based type energy at somewhere, at some time. And it has truly changed you. And maybe you know, but I feel like it's changed you for the better. It truly has made you who you are and, you know, like wise beyond your years, even if you don't know it. Like, you know, your energy could just automatically just, you know, automatically calm those around you. Like it's talking about success. You know, this looks very, very good. Very, very good. And it makes sense because Mercury going direct now. Eight of Wands, like things are speeding back up again. Things are moving. Those fives, again, can talk about May, right? Certain things, you know, whether it was beyond my control or not, how to change, how to end. The Death card saying a rebirth maybe of someone of the past. By the way, you know, it's like everybody shares the Magician, so it's just not you, because they're also sharing this Eight of Wands. Interesting. And the Ace of Cups. So, you know, we have the Two of Wands mirroring the Ace of Cups in reverse. And that kind of makes sense because maybe I'm not even thinking about love. Maybe I'm not thinking about that. Maybe I'm just thinking about my life and how I want it to be. And, you know, because this Two of Wands is coming over the Six of Pentacles, and that's very generous type energy. This is where I feel like many, and Virgo's perfect for that, helping the underdog. Helping, you know, giving a step up in some way, you know, and it is about a step up, and sometimes giving yourself that step up, right? So in the Two of Wands, I don't know that I'm even thinking that. I'm just going to go for something. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And I feel like, you know, the Three of Wands, there's all those ships. The Seven of Pentacles, what's really meant to be. Not just the bad, but also the good. Or even the great. You know, this Tower is mirrored also on this side by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel like, you know, maybe that's why the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse, because maybe the Tower's energy, you know, it does have an effect on us. And sometimes only time can, like, almost like wash it away. But with this Magician here, I don't know. So, anyways, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords. Wow. Ten of Swords. I have Five of Swords. Ten of Swords. Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords. I may have thought something was going to go a particular way. It did not. I may have stayed too long. That may just be part of it. You know, 10 swords, it takes a while to get over that. But it is the energy of jumping back up, right? And gaining your voice back. Gaining your mind, your thoughts, right? What's true, what's false. That's what the Hermit is looking for. Just the truth. That's what the Queen of Swords is looking for. The truth. My truth, your truth, the world's truth. I love you guys. I'm going to stop talking. This turned out a little longer than I thought, but I kind of feel like it's pretty detailed. Tell me what you thought. I thank you, as always, for everything you do for me. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I feel like very interesting. It's just very interesting. So this is like one of those readings where your comments, I love your comments, you know. Let me know where you're at. I feel like many of you have moved past the 5s. And maybe now, maybe this is helping you to understand them more. And look at, you know, have a different, because let's not forget with the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, there's a lot emphasizing your viewpoint. Like, you know, what I think can be. Because the Hermit is like almost shining the beacon of light across this whole reading, I feel like there's just nothing you need to fear. And that's why I feel like you're ready for the Wands. Like, you know, you're ready. You're ready. Beautiful little deer right by the beginning of that 2 of Wands. It's illuminated, right? It's being illuminated. So, anyways, I love you guys. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.